Hello everyone, welcome to Awkward Author. My name is Alyssa Grasso, and this is my weekly vlog and podcast about my sometimes awkward, always awesome author life. In awesome news this week, Barnes & Noble decided to show me some love, so I'll share all the details with you in just a little bit. In awkwardness, as usual, I was plagued by some tech issues, and these might have slowed my writing progress down a little bit, but I still did make some progress in writing. And of course, those of you who are with MailChimp probably saw all the news and kerfuffle this week, and I'll talk about that as well. But first of all, as far as progress goes, I am still moving along with the book I'm working on, which is, as I've said, the second book in a trilogy or 3-book thriller series. And I mean, I'm moving along. It's not like I'm going backwards, so moving forward is always good. I'm at about 19,000 words right now. I'd hoped to do a little bit more this week, and didn't quite manage to do that. You know, part of it's just there's a lot that has to get done each week, and I don't always have enough hours to do everything in. And I also got slowed down a little bit. Wednesday is one of my writing days, and basically I lost the whole morning on Wednesday because I don't know what my computer was doing, but it was not behaving properly, and basically I couldn't do anything. And it is frustrating. I mean, I love technology, and it makes my life, so much easier. I mean, I couldn't do what I do without, the technology that we have today. But also, at the same time, when something goes wrong, then you're like, well, what do I do? Like, how can I, here I am just waiting on this computer to, I don't know, at that point I was like, I'm not going to need to buy new computers, this thing on its last legs, I really didn't know what to do. And then it just started working the way it should. So I don't know. I mean, I can't even tell you what I did to fix things because I didn't really do anything. It just decided to start behaving, and knock on wood, I don't know what my desk is made out of. Possibly there's some wood in there. But anyway, so far it has been behaving itself, so that's nice. But yeah, it's frustrating because, I lost half the day, I feel like, on Wednesday. And so I did not get as much done as I would have liked. But I have made some progress, and I'm going to keep, pushing forward. I mean, 19,000 words is a pretty nice place to be on a manuscript. Like, I really do feel like it's coming together nicely, and I'm excited about it. I really feel like, it's all going smoothly, I think, with the exception of tech issues and such. So Barnes & Noble. I got an email from Barnes & Noble on Thursday afternoon letting me know that it was a very vague general email letting me know that they were including my book, I think is all it said, in their in their graduation sale, which had actually launched already. So there's no warning or anything about this. So they said they included one of my titles in their graduation sale, and, asked me to, share their posts on Facebook and Twitter and all that good stuff, which of course I did. Now, this has happened to me once before, where they included, actually twice before, they included unnamed roads in a couple of different promos they were doing. At one point, I think the Nook press list, or whatever they called it, that was the first one that they included unnamed roads in. That was last year, and it was like, their picks of just all, the Nook press titles, all the ebooks. It wasn't like really a themed one. This thing was more, it was a graduation sale, so it was a lot of young adult, a little bit of middle grade, and then also like advice type books like that you would give someone that was graduating school, I guess. So here's the thing. They didn't tell me the title that they included, and so they just sent a link to the sale, which there was like 8 pages, 8 web pages worth of books. So I'm on my phone when I get this, I wasn't even home when I got this email, so I'm like, oh, cool. Let me, look through and see what they included. And so I'm scrolling through page after page after page. Finally got to what ended up being the 6th page of the books, and there was Unnamed Roads. So I was like, wow, they really like this book. They included it again in one of their promotions, so that's awesome. And there was no requirement on me to do anything as far as, with the book's price. Like, it was priced at, I think I have Unnamed Roads priced regularly at $3.99. So it's included in the promo no matter what. But they said if you want, you can drop the price for this special sale type thing. So I did. I went in and changed the price down to $1.99 for the length of the sale, which is only basically like a long weekend worth of sales. Like, it started on Thursday and went through Monday. So, whatever. And what's funny about this is, so they included me in this, I found out about it. I don't even want to say last minute, like after the fact, basically, is when they tell you. So, I'm scrambling to drop the price and then, obviously get the promo stuff out there. So, I shared their post on Facebook, I posted on my website, I posted on Twitter, all that stuff. As a result of that, my parents saw the post on Facebook because they are huge Facebook users. I love you guys. Hi, Mom and Dad. And, so then I get a call from my mom. They couldn't find my book on there. Now, they, I think, just looked at, like, the first page of the sale. I'm like, oh, you gotta, like, scroll through. I think it's on, like, page 7, which was me just not remembering. I knew it was, like, towards the end. So then, a few minutes after this, I get a text from my mom, and she's like, I'm confused. I thought it was Unnamed Roads that was included in the sale, and we just found Ferocity Summer. So then I was like, what's going on here? I'm like totally confused. Like, so I have to go and check it. And what I realized was, had I scrolled past page 6, which was actually the page that Unnamed Roads was on, I would have seen that Ferocity Summer was also included in the promo and was on page 7. So I had to, then I was like, okay, I better drop the price on that too, which was priced at like $2.99. So I dropped it to $1.99. And anyway, I mean, it would have been nice to have realized that beforehand, so I could have, done the, changes on that, because this was like Friday at this point. So the sale had already been going for like a day. Anyway, so I didn't change the price of Ferocity Summer, and then kind of added that onto the stuff that I was promoting, and, was able to kind of make a joke about it, as far as like being a dope and needing my mom to point at this out, because, I'm such a dummy about this sort of thing. And, I don't know, if there'll be any sales as a result of this. I mean, it'd be nice if I do sell some books, but I don't know that we can guarantee that. In general, if you've been watching my author income reports, I sell maybe a book a month on Barnes & Noble, so an ebook like a month, so I'm not, raking in the big bucks there. So, if I sell 3, I'll be like tripling what I do normally in the month. It's hard to tell too with Barnes & Noble. I think there's a delay of maybe like 2 days or so as far as when, sales get made and when they get reported on your dashboard or whatever you want to call it there. So I don't really know yet the results of the sale. I know the early results are I didn't really see anything happening. So we'll see. If anything comes of this. So as far as like what it means, I mean, I'm a Barnes & Noble member and subscriber and all this stuff, so I think I get like every email that they send out. So they did send out an email over the weekend promoting the sale, but again, it's their mailing list. They also send an email just about every day promoting something. I got an email today from Barnes & Noble promoting, I don't know, gifts for Father's Day or something. But, if possibly somebody actually clicked on that sale, scrolled all the way through to page 6 or 7, and ordered my book, that will be awesome. But for those of you who want to know what I did to get picked for this and included in this promotion, I can tell you I did absolutely nothing. It was just, just a random thing. I really don't know, what their criteria is or what for picking books. I mean, it wasn't like I had put these on sale. It wasn't like I applied for anything. And like I said, Unnamed Roads, they've included in 2 other promotions before this. And the one they emailed me about, the other one I just kind of found out accidentally. And so they included in the sale, sent an email, didn't even tell me which books were in it. I love you, Barnes & Noble, but sometimes it's a little weird. Anyway, it would have been nice to know, like, even just a few days ahead of time so I could kind of, plan some promo stuff around it or whatever. But anyway, who cares? It's just nice to be included. And, of course, maybe, hopefully, it'll generate a few more sales on Barnes & Noble for my ebooks. One thing I will say in praise of Barnes & Noble, or whatever you want to call it, it's Nook Press or whatever the heck they call their publishing end of things, their self-publishing end of things. Their interface is very nice, very easy to use. I prefer it to the Amazon interface. I kind of, of all the places I have my books, like, I have ebooks with Apple Books, used to be iBooks, Google. I've used Draft to Digital. I don't think I really need them anymore because between the other things, Kobo and Barnes & Noble and Amazon, that's everywhere I need to get my books out there. And I will say, of all the different interfaces as far as publishing goes, I actually prefer the Barnes & Noble one the most. I guess everybody has their preferences, but I just find it very easy to use, and it just seems to work so much better than the others. And although there is that delay in when sales are reported, it's very nice and easy to see, like, the sales and whatnot. So, it's partly too, Amazon is just so big and you have all these international sales and stuff, so it is a little bit more confusing and complicated to read the data, and you got page reads and all that crazy stuff. So in that way, I guess, Amazon can't help being more complicated, I guess. But I do prefer the Barnes & Noble interface. When I had to go in there and change the price on those books, I mean, it literally took seconds. It was very easy to do. You can set, the start date, the end date, and, fix it and forget it type of thing. I think I said last week I was going to work a little bit more on the marketing for the box set I put out there, and, well, I've worked a little more on it. I set up an Amazon ad, an AMS ad, so I hadn't done that yet. I just set that up yesterday, so it really hasn't even started to, it's live, but it hasn't really started getting shown. So, I don't have any results yet to report on that. I played around with a couple of BookBub ads, and honestly, I spent money, but I didn't really get anything out of it, so gotta tweak those a little more. And, I was trying out some tests, really. I wasn't, doing any major ads, and ultimately, I was just finding that, I gotta figure out something that worked better, because those tests were just, like I said, just spending money, not really getting anything out of it type of thing. And so, speaking about marketing, that'll segue into email marketing and MailChimp and my mailing list. So if you've paid any attention to, anything over the past week, you know that MailChimp made an announcement that they're kind of changing their policies, and it's not really even huge changes. I guess in some ways it might be, depending on what you're doing, it might be huge, but just a little bit of a change in how they do the pricing and stuff, and some of it's just stuff that's been that way, but I guess some of it is actually, an actual big change. For me personally, nothing at the moment is going to change as far as the pricing and stuff for MailChimp. I'm going to keep paying the same that I've been paying, but I guess maybe if you have a smaller mailing list with a lot of unsubscribes, you might end up actually having to pay money when you weren't paying money before. I believe that's the major change there. I don't know. For me, nothing actually changes with these new changes going into effect. How many times can I say the word change in a row here? But anyway, it did make me, look into things a little more, because MailChimp is kind of changing their focus. I mean, still the email marketing is going to be their primary focus, but they've been for a while. Every time you log into MailChimp, you will notice this if you're one of their users, that they're promoting different marketing services and stuff. And so they are, I guess, kind of rebranding themselves as a marketing service company. And speaking of rebranding, is anybody besides me, have you noticed the weird Picasso-ish modern art that they're now using on their website and stuff? They used to have that monkey logo, and I mean, it made sense because their name is MailChimp, and it was quirky and fun and internet based, and it might have been a little bit annoying if you're not into monkeys, I guess, but there was nothing really bothersome about it to me. And now I don't really understand the artwork they're using. Nothing has to do with monkeys, so it doesn't really fit the name. and it's like this. Picasso is my best explanation. Like, it's like a, you know, a pen and ink style, you know, illustrations in a very abstract, modern sort of way. Like, you know, so it'll be like a picture of a globe, but it won't be like a clip art type picture of a globe. It'll be a, you know, modern art interpretation of a globe and these weird birds and stuff. And I don't honestly understand the artwork. I mean, it doesn't bother me in the sense, like, it doesn't really affect anything that I'm doing, but it's a strange part of their rebranding. But the other part of their rebranding is that they're trying to be a full service marketing company, I guess. And, you know, I guess have services for, you know, running ads, as well as, you know, doing the mailings, the email mailings, and you can also, they've been offering for a while, like, a service to do physical mailings, which I have no need for, and I don't think most authors, or most people even using email lists, are going to really want to do, like, a physical mailing. I mean, that's probably, you're going to get less, you know, it's going to cost more, and you're going to get a lot, you know, lower results than you'll get from an email marketing, just, my personal experience there. So anyway, I'm not going to be making any changes at the moment because it would be a huge headache for me to switch you know, my list to another service, and, you know, have to change all my forms and everything that I have, like, set up and linked to this right now. I'm not saying I haven't ruled it out for the future, but for now, you know, to me, it's still, you know, the best option that I have, I think. And I don't know, you know, at some point down the road, I might actually look more into the marketing services they're providing, because God knows I'm not, you know, getting anywhere with the marketing that I'm doing myself, but cost is obviously a big factor, and being able to kind of micromanage and track things is nice, and I don't know how much you can do with the, you know, with the services that MailChimp is offering to you, but it is something to look into, I guess, because, you know, hey, I need all the help that I can get when it comes to marketing my books. So that's everything that I got going on this week, guys. I hope that this week I'm able to make some more progress on the book that I'm working on, and who knows, maybe I'll get some more surprise good news this week. Wouldn't that be nice? And so thank you for watching and listening this week. And of course, if you liked it, please consider subscribing to Awkward Author. I do put out new episodes each week. If you would like to know more about me, you can check out my website, which is alyssagrosso.com. That's ALISSAGROSSO.com. So until next week, guys, have fun. Happy Memorial Day to those of you who are in the U.S. Happy just another day of work to those of you who are everywhere else. And those of you who are like me, you'll probably be working on Memorial Day. But I hope you guys have a great week. I'll see you again soon. Take care, everyone.